guys, welcome back to Agent Ban on the Hunt. This video I'm going to combine 2 days worth of hunting that I did on pawn shops and swap meets. I have quite a bit of items. I'm going to go by memory if I remember how much I paid for every item and how much I believe I should be making sales on these items once they're on. So bear with me because this one might be a little bit longer than the others. I kind of had to combine it since I didn't do an intro for last time, but you know, this time I thought it wasn't going to be too good or too great, and I think it came out alright for what I've got. So let's go ahead and see what I found, and you guys will hopefully agree that I got pretty good items. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, this is I have footage of when I went out to a couple of police swap meets and going into the pawn shops, but I really didn't take it inside the pawn shops because, like I said, I'm not really sure if they'll let me. But I want to come and show you guys what I've gotten. These were actually 2 days worth. One was during the week where I had gone to pawn shops right after work, which I believe was on Friday, and then Saturday was the day I went to a swap meet and then went into the west side of town and went and got more items from pawn shops. And I'm probably going to mix them all around since there's quite a bit of items, but if I'll try to recall what I paid, you know, what I expect, things like that. And then this is coming on Saturday from the swap meet. I actually ended up finding, believe it or not, these do pretty well for me. The complete series of that 70s show. I believe this is the DVD version of this one. I got this one sealed. It's still got all the plastic and everything. I got this one for about $10. I believe I could sell it plus maybe 30 to 40 bucks. It's complete, all 8 seasons and everything. Not a bad find. I picked this toy up. I believe I paid about $3 for this one. It's still sealed. It's a Transformer. I don't believe it's really old, but I mean, maybe I can make 10 bucks off of it. I'm gonna have to look it up and see what I can get for this one, but I got this one at the swap meet. This is actually the guy who just kind of throws stuff on the floor, and he's got tons of items, but it's not bad. Also found a memory card. I don't know if it's PS1 or PS2. It's got that little button right there, as you can see right here. And I believe this is what flips pages, so you have more space to save your game and stuff like that. So I'll have to figure out if it's PS1 or PS2. I'll do that later. Found this little item. Was one of the last things I'll show you at the same time. But I found this in one of the boxes, and I thought it was pretty cool. I really don't see it for this system, but I actually found a Game Shark. You guys can see it. This is for the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Pocket. I mean, it looks to be complete, not broken, not anything. Just looks like he had a sticker on it, maybe on the front right here, and I think on the back. So I mean, I'm not really sure what these go for, but I mean, it's a cool find. I got this for $2, so I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you know. And then I did go the same swap meet. I found a pair of Xbox 360 wireless network adapters. These are the black ones with the double antennas, as you can see. I will be checking them first. I'll connect them to my 360. Make sure that it hooks up to the Wi-Fi, picks up everything before I sell these. I believe these are still going for about $20 to $25 each on Amazon, and I picked these up for about $5 each, so it's not too bad. I mean, you could make anywhere from $15 to $20 extra, depending on how much to go for. I had gone. This is on Friday. I tend to go to this pawn shop quite a bit because they do have pretty good items sometimes, and I picked up a couple of items there. It wasn't too bad. I actually found a VHS of Batman animated series, the one with the penguin. I got it for, I believe, 50 cents, and it's very nice condition. Yeah, the cassette box is pretty clean. It's not torn or nothing like that. So we'll see how much this is worth. I'll probably put it up here on the screen too. Once I can figure out how much it is, what it's worth. So that one's pretty good. And then they sold me this DS game, and it has no cover, you know, no label, nothing like that. They sold it to me for $2. It was gonna be a mystery buy, but somehow they had a DS in the back, so I popped it in and I figured out that this was actually Mario Kart for the DS, which is pretty good. And also ended up picking up this Broken Sword game. It's not very popular, not very worth much, but got it for $1, so it's not too bad. But let me see. Sorry about that. My son's running around making noise, and I'm sure you guys can hear him in the background. Alright, to continue, that same pawn shop, this guy went to the back and he's like, you know what, I think I have a couple of items. They really wanted to make sales and stuff like that. He brought me out this game for the Super Nintendo. I believe this one's called Hero Fighters on the SNES. I looked it up then, and I believe it is worth I want to say $20 online. I mean, but I got it for $3, so it's not too bad for a Super Nintendo game. You very rarely buy Super Nintendo games that cheap anymore. This one he brought out, and I asked him, is that everything he's got? And he's like, no, let me double check. I guess it's like a bin where they just kind of throw stuff in there. And he brought this out to me. I paid $5 for it. Even if it's not worth that much, it's still really cool because it is Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, the first one. Label's in really good condition. I will be checking it at work. So the only thing that really bothers me is that they wrote their name on it with marker. Can't really read it there, but it says Soto. And he wrote his name on the back also. So I'll be trying to clean this off with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, but I will be testing it. Not really sure what it's worth. I'll put it on the screen. But either way, it's a really cool find to have, you know, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Other things that I found were the Snake Tunes video collection, long tune Game Boy. Probably not worth too much, but I mean, they are cartoons. Got this for about $1. Namco Museum. Got that one for $3, I believe. This is really cool because I like the whole Pac-Man and everything on these. So even if it doesn't sell, it's fine. You know, I'll end up keeping it. Did find myself a Guitar Hero Live. They did charge me $10 for this one, I do remember. But I believe this game is actually going for about, I want to say, $30 to $40 online. Just the disc by itself. Because people are already getting into Guitar Hero again. So that's not a bad find. I also picked up Zombie Army Dead War 4. I ended up picking this one up. I believe it was about $8 I got this one for. I'm not really sure how much it's worth. I want to say $20. It might be a little bit lower than that, but I mean, still can make a good, decent little amount of money on that. This one I did pick up, and I did pay a little bit for this one, if I remember correctly. I think I paid, I want to say $10 to $15 for this one. Minecraft Season 2 Story Mode for Switch. I know Minecraft is very popular right now. I'm not too sure about how much it's going to sell for, so I'll probably end up putting this up on the screen, you know, the sold comps, things like that. Hopefully I can make a decent amount of, you know, money. This one I bought because I got it very cheap since they didn't have the case, the cover art or the manual or anything like that. It was just a game. Ended up getting Jump Force. I believe they brought this game off of the stores now because they lost the rights to all the characters that were in this game. So I really think this game's going to take off soon. I ended up picking it up. I think it was $3 because it's just a disc. And I ended up also finding this one. This one I was going to keep for me, but I'm not too sure. I ended up picking up this Wii U Legends of 007. This was at a pawn shop near my house. And it's a privately owned one. And I ended up paying, I believe this one was about $10 for it. I got some other games that I got for my Wii U that I wanted to keep, but this one I think I might sell for. I think it's selling for about $20. I want to say. So I mean, you never know. I mean, make a little cash back and maybe I'll find it again later. But this isn't one of my must-haves for my Wii U. You know, I'm really looking for like the Mario stuff and things like that. This game I got, I believe it was $1 because they had it in the stash of little games. Skate 2, and it is complete. It has the game and the manual in it. And the disc doesn't look too bad at all. I mean, it's actually pretty clean. I just got to clean it up a little bit. It'll be fine, ready to go. Of course, I'm going to check all these. But I believe this one, I want to say it's going for about $20 online still. But, I mean, we'll see. Make something back. I've actually had a couple of copies of this game sell. I believe it's about $15. Max Payne 3. It started going up. I guess it's getting popular again. This one is complete, of course. It has, you can see here, has the manual and the 2 discs. I believe I was selling it for about $20 to $25. I'll have to recheck to see if it's gone up in price, but I think this was a good find. I think I only paid about $2 or $3 for this game, if I remember correctly. Now this game I have never seen. It looks funny. I don't know what it is. I think it's like a, not a platformer, but kind of like a Jack and Dexter kind of game with undead. This is called Rock the Dead. I picked it up for $1. So I thought, you know, I'll try it out, see what it is. You know, it looks funny. So this one might just be for me to play, see what it, you know, if it's any fun or not. But we'll see. I mean, it looks cool. Now I had gone to the swap meet and I picked up not a full Wii U, just the console part. I had just picked up this piece. This and the power cord is all they had. And I was assuming, you know, they're going to start asking $20, $30. They're always going to do that, right? So I asked the gentleman, well, how much did you want for it? And he tells me, you know what, man? I had everything. I don't know where it's at. Spanish, basically. And he was saying, you know what, just give me $5. I said, okay, well, I mean, maybe I'll find the pad somewhere else pretty cheap, or maybe he'll bring it out later and I'll swing by and he'll have it. So I brought it home and I plugged it in, and just like everybody else, he always hit the eject button, and it actually had a Wii Sports inside of it, which was pretty cool. And it's actually really, really clean. So I mean, right there, I got my money back. You know, $5 for the system, which is still there, plus $20 for this game. So I mean, that's pretty good. I like that a lot. This one I had gone to a pawn shop. No, actually, I'm sorry. This one I had gone to a GameStop, and these games started going up because of the movies and everything. They had Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. This one actually started going up, so now it's selling, I believe, close to $30 online. And I didn't actually pay the $20 because I had a discount card and, you know, coupons and things like that. I think I paid like $16, $17 for this one, which isn't too bad. So I'm gonna make a little bit of profit on this one, which isn't too bad. And then I've been watching Phoenix Resale and a couple of other people saying that this game is worth it. So I ended up picking up this game. I believe I got it for $1. Michael Jackson's Experience on the Wii. So I mean, I think it's going for about 15 to $20. I'll probably put it up here somewhere, see how much it is. I mean, why not, right? I mean, see what it's working. I ended up picking up actually a couple of these games for about $1 each. And I know it's probably not going to be worth much. One was Assassin's Creed Black Flag for $1. This one might actually be worth something. Alien Isolation on PS3. This one was also $1. I actually swapped out the case because the case that it came with was all broken, so then I need to grab another case. So you know, it actually looks pretty decent. And this one is complete as well, so it has the disc and the booklets and everything. So you know, it should be worth something. This one I had never seen. This one I believe is called. What is this game called? Oh, this one's called Mind Jack. Got this one for $1 as well. I don't believe it's worth too much, and I know it says $4.99, but I actually paid $1 for it. They had a little stack of games that they were trying to get rid of. Complete game and manual. It's by Square Enix, and I like their games. I had picked up another game by them that I really wanted to try out. I believe that one was called, a while back, Left Alive. And I've heard bad reviews about it, but man, that cover looks a lot like Metal Gear, don't you think? But I mean, these Square Enix games, I mean, there's some that I've never seen or even heard of. I've had friends who I asked, and they're like, I've never seen that game. So, I mean, I've never seen this one, so I'm going to try this one for myself. And I also was at a pawn shop on the west side, and I had my boss was looking for games his son wants, and he had asked me if I had this game in my inventory, and I told him that I didn't have that game. So I found it for him on the Xbox One, which was Resident Evil 6. Now I don't know if the download content is on the disc or if it has slips in it, but it was complete. I ended up picking this one up for about $8. So I mean, I'll probably either sell it for $10 and not much of a gain on that one. You know, helping out my boss getting that. This one was a pretty good find. It's still selling pretty well. I believe it's still selling for about $30. This one is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War for the PS4. I got this one for $10 flat. Usually will help me out with the taxes. They'll just charge me flat. This one is got the little slips in it and stuff like that, and the disc, as you can tell. So this one was $10. I believe it's still selling, like I said, $30 for this game. So it's not too bad. Make a little profit on that one. And I usually go to this one pawn shop. It's not a. I believe it's a family-run pawn shop. They really don't. They're not like Cash America, stuff like that. And I had asked him if he had any games. He told me he had a GameCube he was trying to sell. Oh, he sold it. And I asked him, well, you didn't get any games with it? And he's like, you know what, let me double check in the back. So he brought out a stack of about 4 GameCube games and 2 PS2 games. One was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The other one was Grand Theft Auto 3 on PS2. Very clean copies, but they're not really worth much. And I can't remember what the other GameCube game was, but the 3 that I did pick out from him were right here. So one of them was Madden 08. And this one is complete. Disc and manual. True Crime, Streets of LA. This is the Player's Choice Award, Player's Choice version. Also complete. Manual and disc. And the last one was Harry Potter. Harry Potter and Prisoner of Azkaban. So this one is also complete. I think this one, yes, manual and disc. Now for all 3 of these, he wanted to charge me 30. I got him down to 20 for all 3, which isn't bad, believe it or not. This one's actually selling on pretty decently. So I mean, for each one, I don't know exactly what each one is worth. So I'll probably, I'll put them up here on the screen. Whatever the sold comps were or what I'm expected to make for this Harry Potter game. Also for the True Crime game on the GameCube, Player's Choice. I'll put the sold comps up here somewhere, either on the bottom or on the side. And also the Madden 08 for the GameCube. Complete, very good condition. I mean, not bad at all, right? Those are pretty decent. The last 3 that I found that I was really, really happy to find, and I did pay up for these. These were a little more expensive. The gentleman that I always go to, where I found the memory card and I found the Game Shark, he usually the first guy I'll go to because he has random items that I'll find, sometimes amiibos, games like that. He had an N64 he was telling me about that he wanted to get rid of. Well, I already have an N64. I really don't want to buy it high price and try to resell it. So I asked him, would you sell me just the games? And we've been talking about it the last 3 times I've been there. So I've been actually talking to him, trying to get I have a pretty good rapport. So he brought out the system. We took everything out. He had a Wii in there also. I was helping him put it together. And he put the system down, the controller, the power cord and everything. And it had 3 games. One of them I already seen before. Now these games, I asked him, would you sell them separate? Of course, they wrote their names on it. And he told me, I really want to sell the system with the games so I can get maximum cash. I told him, look, hit me with a number with the games, see what you want. He hands me the game, I see him, I'm like, alright, and he tells me, alright. And as he's talking to me, this gentleman walks up and he sees the N64 and he tells me, hey, well, how much is the N64? And he sees the game and he's like, is that all the games you got? And so I'm standing next to the guy and the guy's standing next to him, so he points at me and goes, well, he's got the other games. And the guy looks at me like, oh, well, what are they? So I tend to show him and I show him these. The guy's face, is when you show up that 1 second too late, you're just kind of like, oh. The truth of the matter is that I've been talking to this guy for a while for this game, so I had been working to get these games for a while. So I asked him, well, how much did you want then? And he looks at me and he goes, you know what? Would you give me 30 for both? I said, you know what? I'm not even going to argue. Fine by me, I'll give you 30. Not really sure if this one, how much it's going for, or even the Pokemon Snap on the N64 is going for. Now, thinking I should have bought the system and sold it all together, which would probably have gotten more, but they're Pokemon games, so I did pay him the $30 for it. So I did take those. And as I walked down the same aisle in the swap meet, this lady usually overcharges for stuff. They have these resellers that I guess they believe they should charge you more than Amazon and eBay sometimes. But she had this game in a little case, and she was asking 40 on it. And I tried to bring it down $30, but she would not budge on it. And she was like, "You don't know how much it's worth." Well, I do know how much it's worth, but if it's in better condition, I mean, yeah, it'll sell quicker, faster, maximum value, right? And she did not have a DS to try it, so now it's a DS game. To make sure that it played, I looked at it, it looks authentic, I've tried it out, it does play, and I picked up this one, Pokemon Platinum. I ended up paying $40 for this game. I tried really hard to get her down to 30, would not budge, but I did get a Wii sensor that I needed for one of my Wii U's, so it's not too bad. I don't feel as bad, but this is a really good find, I believe. They're getting harder and harder to find. Even GameStop's starting to charge, I think, close to $70, $80 for that game. But that's pretty much everything I found within 2 days, which is Friday right after work and Saturday when I went to the swap meet and I went to some other pawn shops on the west side. So, it's not too bad. I will put down here how much I probably spent on everything on Saturday and how much I spent on everything on Friday, and then I'll just give you the grand total of what I believe I should make on everything. So, I'm hoping you guys agree with me that was a good find. So, alright. Thanks, guys.